All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Rachel Wong. I am a product manager for process mining, and today I'm going to be talking about process simulation. If you're not aware of what process mining is a tool that taps into your ERPs, your CRMs, thinks SAP, Salesforce, ServiceNow. It extracts the transactional logs that occur within these systems, and it gives you a bird's eye view into how your process actually runs. So what I'm talking about today is process simulation, and what it is you'll be able to leverage that process mining data to model different scenarios without impacting production. So that way you can best identify which efforts to go after and which efforts will best improve your end-to-end throughput time. So who needs this? Most likely business analysts using process mining. And the customer benefits included here will be improved process efficiency by adjusting areas where you might have bottlenecks. What if these bottlenecks reduced by 50%? You'll be able to compare the real world as is behavior with the process that you would like it to be, revealing any inconsistencies there. And then you can simulate process changes and activities. You can remove activities. You can change throughput time. So those are our use cases or scenarios that you can build in for simulation. As far as key use cases that I'm talking about, maybe in a invoice processing or accounts payable step, you want to apply an automation at the approve invoice step. The automation should decrease the processing time by 50%. How is that going to impact my end-to-end invoice process? Or maybe I have a series of approvals that happen. What if I negate my third layer of approval? I don't need a third layer. That just adds time. How will it impact my process? Or maybe in my ServiceNow ITSM process, there's significant rework when we're getting a new ticket and it continues to get rerouted. What if we removed the rework here? How would it impact my process downstream? So the announcement that I'm making today is really this capability is going to be in public preview by the end of July. So this will be able, if you have an Automation Cloud Enterprise account, you'll be able to see your simulation tab light up and you'll be able to play around with it. So with that, let's get into a quick demo to show you how it works. So right now I'm in a process mining application. On the top left corner here, you'll see a simulation tab in public preview, of course. And what we're able to do with simulation is we can now filter for a subset of information. For example, if I want to make sure that I simulate on cases that have pay invoice, I could go ahead and apply that filter. And this tells me that everything that I'm simulating on is going to essentially be a closed case. Now, when I add a new simulation, I'll click on that button. I'll name it really quick, demo day test. I have my filter that follows me here, and I have my 4 scenarios. So if I wanted to skip an activity, I could add that. Let's go ahead and skip clarify deviant invoice. I shouldn't have any deviant invoices. I also have remove direct rework. So I'm seeing some rework and final check of invoice as well as approve invoice. So I'll remove that rework. And additionally, we have update activity throughput times. So if you wanted to, let's say, add an automation on request data or receive invoice, you could go ahead and add those activities and reduce their throughput time by a certain percentage. But with that, I'll go ahead and simulate. The simulation will pend for a couple seconds, depending on the size of your data and what scenarios you're adding. But it should come up really quickly. Nice. Okay. And what we can see here is the result of our simulation. So everything that you see in blue is going to be your as-is process. Everything in purple is your simulated process. We'll see here that by implementing a skip activity and removing some rework, we've dropped the average throughput time down by about 2 to 3 days, which is a great start. If I wanted to do additional analysis, I could go ahead and change my metric to number of cases, average throughput time, same with the edges. So now I can compare and see how my throughput time for each activity or edge has changed based on the simulation situation or scenarios that I've applied. So I know that my overall process drops by a couple days, but I can see here that maybe that's because mostly in part that the rework has been removed from final check of invoice, as well as the approve invoice, which dropped those activity throughput times. And if I wanted to get even granular and look just at the simulated process, I could toggle these eye icons on and off to be able to isolate the as-is process or the simulated process to really analyze the metrics between those numbers. So with that, that's what I wanted to show you for today. I wanted to thank you all for watching this demo. We will be in private preview at the end of the month.